Okay, let's turn you around. See, we have all the threads for the needle point, stitches, and all that stuff. I haven't ventured into that. Macrame. And all your little tools, scissors. I have those scissors. The ones that look like a hummingbird. And we have blue. Let's see. And we have, I'm just riding along on my scooter like Grenady. And we have all the loom stuff, stitch counters, all the crochet hooks, and the knitting needles are on the other side here. And I really love those colors. Look at this, Summer Nights. It's very small, it's like thread. It's a number 1. But it's sparkly, and of course that catches my eye because it's sparkly. Okay, so if you're new to crocheting, what do you do? When you come into this aisle, you're like, oh, look at all these pretty colors. So I will tell you what I had done. I had come and I'm looking, and I had used a size I, which is this one right here, the boy, and of course it's pink, my favorite color. And that's an I, and that's what I learned on. So I think what you can do is pretty much just come in, find a hook. It doesn't have to be the ergonomic ones. They have all different kinds. If you're knitting, I can't help you there because I don't knit. So they also have the boy just aluminum ones. But I can tell you, I love my 2 ergonomic ones that I have. So next, what do you do for yarn? Okay, well, you see all these yarns and all the pretty prices, and you're like, what's the difference? If I was just new to crocheting, well, that's a bulky 6. Overjoyed. That really feels soft, ladies. Oh, does that feel soft? So I would get the cheapest yarn you can find to practice on. Okay, here's the Bernay blanket. I would start with a 4, just because it's kind of in the middle between the fine and the super bulky, which this is a Caron Simply Soft, which is my favorite. It is very soft. You can eventually make items that you can wear out of this, which is really sweet. So I haven't done that yet, but I hope to. Anyway, I would suggest Red Heart Super Saver, which is pretty much the, look at all those pretty colors. I would start with Red Heart Super Saver to start out and to get your tension right and be able to feel how it's going to come up to. When you're using Red Heart, you don't need to buy a big jumbo. It's $6.44. You can buy a regular skein of any size 4, and it's like $3 a piece. It's not $3 something, $3.50. It's under $3.50. Even these stripes you could use. I would say to stay with a lighter color, because when you go to the darker colors, it gets harder and harder to actually see the stitches. So if I were a new person, a beginner, I would start with a lighter color so you can see start out with the chain stitch and then work your way up to the single crochets, and then after that, you do the half doubles or the doubles, and you just kind of practice with it. I know it's no fun to wait and you just want to jump in, but I have done that. I knew the single crochet. I kind of played with it over the years, watched YouTube, and it was actually wrong according to the way they did it. So I tried doing it the way that they're teaching everyone, and lo and behold, I couldn't get a straight edge to save my life, so I went back to the way I did it. So here is the Red Heart brands. We got Red Heart with Love. That is another one you could actually do too. which is a nice soft, but it is a 4, and it's, you know, Red Heart Super Saver is like $344. Red Heart with Love is $387. So it's one of these would actually work. I mean, it's not something you have to just stay with Red Heart. You can try anyone, but I would stay with the 4 due to the fact that it is like the middle between a 1, which is like a fingering super fine thread, I call it, and super bulky up to a 6 type thing. So it's in the middle. Oh, this is a color I haven't seen before. We got Christmas colors and pooling. Wow. Okay. Anyway, stay with the lighter colors. You're not going to want to go with something that's very kind of deceiving when you're doing it. You're going to be going for like this one where you'll go from color to color and lighter to darker, and it may just be a little harder for you to see the stitches. I mean, I would do like a lighter color to start with, and then, you know, learn the different stitches, watch the different tutorials. Hopefully I will have one up that will start with the chain and then go from there, and work up to each of the different stitches. Once you get the stitches, you know, down pat and the tension of how you crochet, because sometimes they'll be a little tighter, a little looser, so you got to kind of play with it, because I had that too, where I jumped into something, it just made me so confused. I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, oh no, now what? And then the biggest thing that I had a problem with was UK terms and USA terms, US terms. Because I didn't know the difference, and I kept wondering, okay, why are they calling it this when it's this, and double crochet is their treble, and it didn't make any sense. So I got really confused and jumped in really too fast. This is another one that I really love, is the Mandala Sparkle, because I like bling. I like when it's sparkly, I like the bling in there. And the Velux, oh, that feels good. Nice and soft. But back to the beginners, okay? So, I mean, it depends. I mean, you're going to be ripping this out and starting over and ripping it out and starting over. If you want, you can you can get different type of yarn, but I would stick with the number 4. Something that's easy to see so you can see where you're putting your stitches. Even a 3, if you really wanted to, you could do a 3, which the mandalas are. The mandala ombres are also a number 4, I believe. Let's see, where are you? There it is. Yes, that's a 4. So if you wanted to do that, you could do these colors too. I'm just saying, as far as price-wise, you want to start something a little less expensive, because you're going to be ripping out the yarns, ripping out the stitches, trying to learn the different ways of making them, and just practice, practice, practice. I know it's very boring. Ooh, that's pretty. I love pink. What color is this? I love mandalas now. This is Liger. Ooh, I like it. I love pink, people. I do. Oop. Okay, now I'm like Granny D with the, watch out, here I come. And people are staring at me too, because I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. I don't mind. I talk to myself all the time. Ooh, there's another pretty one. Troll. I got lucky and I found a lot of mandala that was on sale, and it was the first time I was able to do it. So use that kind of yarn. I had only been using Super Saver, so all this was just so neat to me, and I thought baby yarn and number 3 were the same, and it's not the same. I mean, Hygge, there you go, Crystal, Hygge. But it's soft. I wonder what we could make out of that, eh? Hygge, Hygge, Hygge. Now I know how it's pronounced. Hygge. And of course, I gotta see the pink. I like the pink. It's so soft. So is this. It's like, hairy thread. And Lion Brand. So yeah, I would stick to things that is easy at first, and then work yourself up. Don't worry about patterns. You don't need a pattern. I have made a lot of my things without a pattern. I just crocheted one row or something of a double and then a single row. And oh, look at that. Red Heart with Love metallic. Look at that sparkle in the bling. That looks kind of orangey, purple, pink. Anyway, so I would start with things that it's easy. Number 4. There you go. Oh, I love bling. So anyway, that's all you have to know. Just pick a hook like an I. H-I-J. Those 3 hooks I would, pick, and I would do any of these number 4 yarns except the dark colors. Stay with lighter colors. Don't try the variegated colors yet, because when you're doing the stitches, they can be deceiving. So stick with a light color, one color all the way through, white, blue, turquoise, purple, pink, whatever you want. Okay? Just stick with a basic color. Plain old color when you're just starting. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. Thanks, you guys. See you later. Keep on hooking.